So very good morning. So in the previous session, we completed the types of companies with regard to all the types of companies that are applicable for our exams, starting from the basics of private limited company, public company, after that one person company, holding subsidiary and associates. Once those are completed, I don't want. Venda. Correct? Yes, thank you very much. So, private limited company, public limited company, one person company, holding a subsidiary, associates. Holding a subsidiary, associate. After that we went into the concept of small company, Nidhi company. Next one, small company, Nidhi company, and next one. Arey, answer. Do you know how people are answering now? See my face. Company. They are not even having a clue as to what company I am talking about. Company. Company. Anyway, at the last, company only will come. Firm will not come. So tell me, what are the last 4 companies that we discussed? Listed, unlisted. Section 8. Nidhi company, small company, all these other companies that we discussed at the last. So we completed them. We went into the first chapter completed. Then we went into the second chapter. Second chapter we started with incorporation and incidental matters, if you remember. In that chapter also we completed one important concept called as a promoter. Basic we completed, later we started with the concept of a promoter. Why promoter we discussed? There are 4 definitions we need to learn. One is promoter, another one is a registrar, third one is memorandum, fourth one is the articles. 4 definitions are there. For that reason we what happened? 1 second, give me. See. Switch off this light. This one. These 2. So, with regard to that, we started with the concept of incorporation and incidental matters. We completed the definition of promoter. There we came to know that there are 3 kinds of situations which can attract you as a promoter in a company. Number 1, a promoter is a person who is written as such or identified as such in the annual return or in the prospectus, either in the prospectus or in the annual return. Okay, he is written as such in the annual return or prospectus. In that case, I will call you as a promoter. That is one way of recognizing a promoter. Second one, not recognized anywhere in the prospectus. In the prospectus or in the annual return, I didn't write the name. However, he is controlling the company either as a shareholder or as a director. In that case, because of the direct controls you impose, you will be called as a promoter. And last scenario that we have to discuss is, whenever there is a company, directly a person may not control. Sometimes a person will be there. He will be giving advices, directions and instructions. According to those advices, directions and instructions, a particular company will be accustomed to act. In such case, that person will be treated as a deemed promoter of that particular company. It's a fiction created by law. So these are the things we discuss. If you remember, this is what I discussed on the date. But I explained clearly as to what do you mean by accustomed to act in that particular session. Okay. Again, don't expect to repeat the same concept. I told you what is accustomed to act. Next, after that, registrar will be having a sequence, hierarchy. Assistant registrar, additional registrar, main registrar. So in this, there will be Zoom Ghana. See here. So registrar, there will be a hierarchy starting with the assistant registrar. Next, third range, additional registrar, done. Okay, done. After that, what will be the registrar will do? Registrar will do two things: registration under Companies Act, and second one, all the powers which are conferred on him under this act. Wherever in this act the term registrar will come, all those are the powers of registrar. Separately, no section is there explaining what is his powers. Done. After that, MOA, AOA. MOA is of two types, AOA is also of two types. MOA first type. MOA means Memorandum of Association as originally framed. Second one is as altered from time to time. Articles of Association means Articles of Association as originally framed or as altered from time to time. This is the thing that I want to explain. Hope everyone understood the concept. So, we have done with the definition of MOA and AOA. This is what we complete in the previous session, if you remember. Charts material having with your PDF. Next, Bare Act is there.
Yes,
how many of you don't have Bare Act? Nothing will happen, but still, for understanding sake, 1, 2, 3, 4, slowly raising hands. Hey! 1/4 of class, sir, please get your Bare Act, or else it will be difficult for you, not for me. Very difficult for you to follow later. Moreover, try to understand. You will bring a Bare Act. I will explain something. You will write on the Bare Act. It will be useful. Where you people will write? Impossible. You can't again bring back to the Bare Act. So please, I told you, na, cheapest method I told you. If you don't want to buy, at least take a printout. Sir, no sir, 300 rupees also I will not spend, means 100 at least. For your career, for your CA Inter, for your company act. At least you can spend 150, 200. So take a printout at least. I am not telling only buy book. I have a tie-up with that bookshop. I didn't tell that. You take printout, but you have the Bare Act with you. Okay. So you have the Bare Act. Sir, okay. Remaining all having the printout, sir? Yes, either a book or a printout, everyone? Yes, so now we are going to start with, sorry, I think we also started with section 3. Yes, I told you the logic of minimum number of members in a public company and minimum number of members in case of a private company. I think you remember the concept. Yes, Babu, persons after the wall, I couldn't see you. One yes. Loudly. Yes, for what? For what? Yes. Sorry, okay. Please listen carefully. This row. Exactly immediate after all. Your row only. Yes, Arey, answer everyone. Yes, sir. For what? You said you tell, we will tell. Sir, okay, point is, formation of company, section 3 also we completed. Section 3 is a section which will tell for what purpose you can start a company. By the way, you should only answer. You can start a company for what purpose? Answer. Any lawful purpose you can start your business. Okay, point number 1 over. Next one. Minimum number of members required to start a private public company. Private company. One person company. They will become directly shareholders at the time of incorporation, or they will become members. Nothing they will become. They will become subscribers to the memorandum. Overaction went a day. So, the intern Okay. So we completed section number 3. Formation of company section we completed. Okay. See here. We have completed the concept called as formation of a company. Section number 3. Fully we didn't complete. I told you very clearly. Some part of section number 3 will be discussing about the concept of one person company. When we come to OPC, we will discuss those. Okay. I told you the charts also where it is available. Everything I have given you. Okay. Let us start with the discussion part of this particular thing. Section 3, half the part we completed. Now we have to start with section number 4. Please come to the Bare Act. Sorry, 3A. I'm very sorry. 3A. Come to section 3A. Okay, see here. Section number 3A. Members severally liable in certain cases. Listen. Members severally liable in certain cases. This is the thing. Now the question will start. What is the idea behind this particular section? Same concept you might have read in LLP Act. LLP Act, same concept, ditto, with a change in words. Wherever I use the word company, in LLP Act they will use the word limited liability partnership. Here members, they will use partners. Remaining everything is same. If you don't remember, no problem, I will anyway re-explain as if we didn't cover that in LLP. First listen to the concept clearly, later we can start. Please everyone. Shall we? Yes, sir. Listen. Number of members in a public company must be? Public company. 7. Private company? 2. If the number falls below the statutory requirement of 7 and 2, what will happen is a question. Okay? Why? I will explain you. Public company made it mandatory that 7 members must be there to continue its business. 7 members I call as public. In case of private, 2. 2 I will call it as a private limited company. If 2 are there, you can continue the business. If 2 are not there, you can't continue the business. As simple as that. Okay. Now the problem is, this 7 became 6. This 2 became 1. What will happen? Not only 6, 5, 4, 3, anything. Example, I am taking 6. A number which is lesser than the statutory minimum requirement of 7, if occurs, what will happen is a query. Listen carefully, please see there. I have one question to ask. To call something as a public company, minimum how many are required? 7. How many? 7. It became how much? 6 will be called as a public company? No. Answer here? No. Very good. Next. Private company, how many are required? 2. But it became how much? 1. With one person, we can call it as a private company. That's the problem. When the number became 7 to 6, or when the number became 2 to 1, in case of private company, I can't call this as a public company. I can't call this as a private company. Then who you are? Is a question. 7 is there na public, minimum. 2 minimum na private. But for you, minimum has came to 6. For you, minimum has came to 1. In that case, how can I call you as a public company? How can I call you as a private company? Clear? So I can't call you. Therefore, this is not a public company with a 6. This is not a private company with a 1. Simply to tell, First of all, yours is not at all a company. When the number fall below the statutory minimum. In my public company, 5,000 are there. Number came to 4,500. This will apply or will not apply? Number fall will not attract this section. What will attract the section? Number falling below the statutory minimum requirement of 7 and 2. Then only this will get attracted. Hello, listening everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is a acid test to understand whether something is a public company or not? 7 minimum must be there. Private company? 2 minimum must be there. 7 became 5. I can't call it as a next 2 became 1. I can't call it as a means I can't call them as a company. When you are not a company. When you are not a company, why you are telling to the public that you are a company? You are not a company. The moment number has to fall below the minimum, you lost the status of a company. You are not a company here. When you are not a company, you should not act in the name of company. Law has given one small exception. Listen. Reasons also I have to tell you. Public company minimum how many? 7 if there are, I can call it as a public. 6 I can't call it as a public. Incorporation timeline is incorporated as a? Repeat everyone. Incorporation timeline is incorporated as a? Minimum how many are there? Number has come to how much? R5, R4, R3, R2, R1, R0. Anything can happen. Number has fallen or not? Yes, number has fallen. Suddenly there is a decrease in the number. 7 became 6. Number has fallen below the statutory requirement of 7. Registration is done as a public company. When can you call it as a public company? Minimum 7 must be there. But how many are there here? I can't call you as a public company. Then can I call you as a private company? You cannot call like that because incorporation is made as a public company. How can you call it as a private? No chance. Point number 1. There is a private limited company incorporated. Okay. Number has fallen below 2. It became how much? 1. Don't call it as a 1-person company. 1-person company should have nomination clause. This is a private company by incorporation. So I can't call it as a 1-person company. Then who you are? I am Mr. Nobody. You are not a company. You are not a 1-person company. You are not a company. You are not a private company. Then who you are? I am nothing. When you are nothing, do nothing. If you do something, you will become liable on an unlimited basis. Who? The members who act during the number has fallen below the statutory minimum. They are acting on behalf of an invalid entity. Who? Acting on behalf of a? Everyone on the basis of a? Because I can call it as a public company if there are? But how many are there? Private company when there are? But how many are there? So their companies are not at all a company. Valid entity or invalid entity? Why in the name of invalid entity you are making the transactions and business? If you do that, you become personally liable. Up to here everyone understood the concept? Yes, now the question started. Sir, 7 are there. Suddenly one person died, sir. I can't stop the person from dying. And death is unstoppable. You can't stop it. You can't go and stop it. Suddenly it occurs. How can I stop, sir? Suddenly 7 became 6 means stop the business. This is not a valid entity. Don't do anything means what's wrong I have done. Some person resigned and went away. Some person died. Some person sold the shares and went away. Are you understanding or not? Sudden occurrences, if something happens, that's not my mistake. Clear? Yes, so why you are punishing the companies, saying that it is invalid and you don't do anything? That's not our mistake. Therefore, law also have granted one exception. What it said is, now you people only should participate and tell. 7 members are, I'm talking about which company? 7 members are there. Like that continued for 10 years. 7 members are there. 10th year end, 2 persons sold their shares. Sorry, 2 persons went away, died. Immediately the number has become how much? Answer. With the 5, can you call it as a public company? Incorporation was made as a, so you can't call it as a private company. And with the 5, can you call it as a public company? No. Then what to do? This is a invalid entity. You can't do anything in the name. But law has granted a special power even in this case for a period of 6 months. Please see the screen, everyone. For this intermittent period of how many months? 6 months, they have granted an exception. They said that during this 6 months time, the existing members can act on behalf of company. I mean that invalid entity. You can act, no problem. For how many months? 6 months. Even after 6 months, number is still running at 5. If any act is done after this, those existing members will become personally liable for debts and obligations. So you should tell me the answer. Point number 1. Which type of company ours is? Minimum number of members required is. Then only I will call it as a. But the number has a fall to. Why? Can you stop it? You can't stop. Suddenly it occurred. 7 became 5. But that's not my mistake. If he died, what is my mistake? So it's not my mistake. Suddenly why you are calling our company as invalid entity? Therefore, for a period of how many months I will provide you immunity? 6 months from the date on which the number has fallen below 7 or 2 as the case may be. 6 months I will wait. In this 6 months period, you do some arrangements to bring new persons into the company. Clear? If they come within 6 months, fantastic, no problem. You continue the business. If a number is not increased to 7 within 6 months period, any business or acts done after the period of 6 months, the acting members will become personally liable. Means who is not liable? Who is not liable? Everyone loudly, who is not liable? Why? Company not there. Why company will become liable? If company is there, company will become liable. This is not a company. I will do like this. See the screen once. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Now you should tell me. It ceased as a company. I repeat. It ceased as a company. In stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. See, mixed answers again. It ceased to be a company at stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. 1, 2, 3. It ceased as a company at stage 1, 2, 3. To 3. Tell me, it ceased as a company. Invalida, valida, acts done. I am not asking about any of those. It lost its status as a company on which date is a question. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Answer is 2. It ceased as a company at stage 2 itself. But immunity is provided for how many months? Even if it is ceased to be a company immediately, I will give immunity from 6 months period. I will give immunity. During that immunity period, even though if you do something, no problem, protection will be available. After 6 months if you do, already that is an invalid entity. Any act done in the name of that invalid entity will also become invalid. Company will not be liable because company is not in existence. Who will become liable? That member will become personally liable. Sir, in future, sir, after 8 months I increase it to 7. After that if I do something, then all the company will become liable, members will not become liable. Generally in a company, limited liability or unlimited liability? Everyone answer. Liability of company will become liability of members, or liability of company will become liability of company, will become the liability of company only. Am I clear or not? So it is a liability of company only, it's not liability of person. Okay, liability of members will be liability of members only. Liability of company will become liability of company only. But if the number has fallen below the minimum, below, everyone below, can I call it as, for example, I started something as a public company. Started something as a number should be, how many died? Number came to 5. Hello, everyone from that side. Number came to 5. I increased or not it increased? Not it increased. How many months completed? 6 months. Valid entity or invalid entity? Valid or invalid? Now tell me, how many are there? 5. What they are doing? What they, correct? What they are doing? For making what? Therefore, I will call it as a partnership firm. After 6 months, unlimited liability, personal liability will get attracted. That's the idea. Are you understanding or not? It will lose the status of a company. It will take the essence of a partnership. In a partnership, liability will be limited or unlimited? Joint and several liability, partnerships liability. Partnership is a separate entity or not a separate entity? Then it is a liability of partnership from a partners joint liability. Same thing will happen. Simply in one word I can tell like this. The moment 6 months is completed, it will lose the status of a company. It will take the status of a partnership. Unlimited liability, several liability will get attracted. That's the idea behind the section. Clear everyone in the class? Please read the Bayer Act now. Sir, one person asking a doubt. I can't hear. Yes, from that date it will start. But anyway, when 6 months is there, now you have to fill. 7 are there, 1 person died. It anyways became 6. After becoming 6, 5, 4, anything is same. You have an obligation to increase. Keep it here. Seriously. Now great people will come to stage. At that time I will give. Get ready, folks. Let me complete at least 2-3 sections. Last 15 minutes. So, anyway, let's read. Members severally liable in certain cases. Everyone word to word in the Bayer Act we have to read. Start. If 1 second, stop. 1, 2, 3, start. Any time company is reduced. In case of public company, below 7. In case of private company, below 2. Stop there. OPC is not there, if you observe. Because OPC is having an automatic nominee. OPC la member die, what will happen? Therefore, there is no concept of vacancy there. Immediate filling is possible. Start from beginning once again. If at any time the number of members of a company is reduced, in case of public company below 7, in case of private company below 2. Stop. And what they have done? The company carries on business for more than 6 months while the number of members is so reduced. Every person who is a member of the company during the time that it so carries on business after those 6 months and is cognizant means aware, cognizant means aware. Cognizant of the fact that it is carrying on business with less than 7 members or with less than 2 members as the case may be, shall be severally liable for the payment of whole of the debts of the company contracted During that time, the very important word is during that time. What do you mean during that time? One second. Arey, listen. Don't get excited. In our example, stage 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 and after. That's all. Very good. Thank you very much. So it will be 3 and after. Anyway, 2 to 3 immunity is given. No problem. Continue. But after 6 months, if you do something for that, who will become liable? Those members of the company existed will be liable personally. Severally liable means personally liable. Clear, everyone? For all the debts contracted during that period. And may be severally sued therefore. Severally sued therefore. Severally sued therefore means what? Company can't be sued. Who will be sued? Means what status is lost? Separate legal existence is lost. It became a partnership firm type. That's the idea behind. Take a minute time. Read the Bare Act properly. So completed? So members severally liable in certain cases. Before going into this, tell me, public limited company minimum number of members required is? 7. Private company? 2. In this case what happened? Number is beyond 7 or reduced below 7 and 2. Then what will happen? For a period of how many months? 6 months. From the date of reduction below 7 or 2 as the case may be, for a period of how many months? 6 months. 6 months period. Can I continue the business? Yes. Can I continue the business? Yes, you can continue. In that 6 months, any debts obligations created, who will become liable? Company's liability will include into that. If a number is not increased to 7 or 2 as the case may be, even after 6 months, any debts contracted during that period, who will become severally liable? Members existed will become personally and severally liable for the debts and obligations. Understood the concept, everyone, clearly? With this, we have completed section number 3A. Please see the charts material. If you don't have, no problem. I will show it on the screen. See here. Basic rules of formation. Everyone please. So I am making it full screen, at least see now. Basic rules for formation. What is the purpose of incorporation of a company? Only for a lawful purpose. Association means, in case of public company, how much association? Private company, OPC, they will be forming as a subscribers to the memorandum. Very good. Next, members are severally liable in certain cases. Section number 3A. Read now. When section gets attracted? When number of members in a company has a fall below statutory minimum. Public company below 7. Private company below 2. Next, what are the consequences on number falling below the statutory minimum? Read. For the first 6 months period, what will happen? Company can continue to carry on the business. Company can contract its debts. Company shall be held liable for the debts and obligation. For period of next, after 6 months of fall, what will happen? General case, a company cannot carry on business in its own name. Violative case, if company carry on the business and contract debts even after 6 months, even when the number is below the limit, then 2 consequences. Number 1, company not liable. Member aware of the fact shall be jointly and severally liable for a debts contracted after 6 months. Is there anything I deleted from the Bare Act now? No. That's what I told you. That's why I can happily tell that if you prepare the charts material properly and go to examination, definitely you will be getting 80% of the marks that is given. Say for example, Companies Act comes for 70 marks. 100% you will get minimum 55. Clear? Only charts material. Don't read any other book. Only charts material. If you read also, you will get that. I didn't exclude any point because I don't dare to do those things. Ultimately, book should be perfect. If you read that and go, question should come from that. So, therefore, this is not a last minute revision book. Entire syllabus content will be there inside, but in a best understandable format, which is easy to remember. Clear, everyone? So, if I write like this now, when section gets attracted, public 7, private 2, next number has fallen, again, first 6 months, next 6 months, you can easily understand this and write in exam. So, that's the only intention, everyone. Shall we continue to the next one? Yes, sir. Over. Next, we are going into the concept called as a clauses of memorandum. I am showing this. See here. These are all the clauses of a memorandum. Tell me, what is the first one? Second one? Second one, see here. Third one? Fourth one? Fifth one? Sixth, 2 types are there. 6A, in normal company, OPC. These are all the various clauses of memorandum we are going to learn. Clear, everyone? First, listen carefully. These 3 will be covered in chapter 2. Liability and association clause, anyway, only one line discussion in this chapter. Capital clause will be discussed in chapter number 4. What is the chapter number 4? Share capital. In that chapter, we will be looking after the concept called as a capital clause, because it is very, 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 very big one. Therefore, they made it as a separate chapter in itself. The name of the chapter is called as a share capital. In that chapter, we will be discussing about in and outs regarding the concept of a capital clause of a memorandum. Clear, everyone in the class? This is the idea behind. Let us make a start to this concept. Clauses of memorandum. 3 clauses are important here in this chapter. Okay, everything is important in this chapter, especially 3 clauses: name, situation, objects. Let's complete these three first. Clear everyone? First listen carefully, sir. What is the clause? Listen. I kept each and every point inside the name clause in the form of a chart. Okay, see the screen once. First one, what is the first one? Contents. Next one? Next one? Next. After that, what is the next one? Name clause rectification and alteration. After that, which clause will start, sir? Situation clause. Simply, I tried my level best to include everything inside the charts material without excluding anything. You can check with the study material also. No problem. At home, you do that. Not even a single point I missed. I summarized and simplified. But the point is, see here, charts material, you don't have a wrong opinion that summary will be there. Section numbers, subsection numbers, clauses numbers, rule numbers also I have given. Classic example. See here, contents, please read what it is. Section 4, subsection 1, clause A and its proviso. Next. Section 4, subsection 2, subsection 3, read with rule 8. Reservation is a normal concept in rules. Next, here also I have given. What is the name clause rectification section? 16. And next one, alteration section 13.1, 13.2, proviso 13.3, 13.9, 13.10. Clear? So then when the balance will be covered, mean 13.1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there. Then where is the 4, 5? Question will arise or not? Yes, we are reading which clause? Here which clause? Balance will be covered for situation and objects clause. Okay, na? So like that, section 13 is a combination of all the clauses alteration. Okay? Sorry, listen carefully. What we are going to do? Study material, what wrong it has done, what we are going to do it correct. Let me first explain. If you have the study material on hand, 1 minute. I will show you one pointer. You need not even see. I will just tell you how they have given. Please listen. If you have the study mat, please come there. Page number 2.19. 2.19. Okay, na? Okay. First see here. Page number 2.19, they gave a concept called as a name clause. Hello, listening everyone? Yes, sir. They gave a concept called as a name clause. Sorry. A student will start reading it. Applying for a name. Undesirable names they have given. He will turn. Next one is reservation of name is the next concept they have given. Which one? Reservation of name. He will read it. He will turn. Suddenly, domicile clause, objects clause, doctrine of ultra-vires will come. He don't have a clue. Suddenly after name clause, why I am reading ultra-vires? Sorry, he will turn the page. Suddenly articles will start. You see study material. Suddenly from nowhere articles will come. Sorry, he will turn. Suddenly again indoor management will come. Again he will read Act 2 override memorandum articles will come. He will turn section 10, section 13 alteration of memorandum. Suddenly alteration of articles. Next copies of memorandum 17. After that register office of company. Once after that commencement of business and rectification of name. Now did you understand what I am trying to explain you? This is the worst compilation possible. Ma'am, please take it. This is the worst way a person can prepare Companies Act book, where no one will understand. And thanks to institute or a student, why they will come to class? If everything is correct. So the point, it should always have favors. So point is, that's the problem. Institute study material, the main headache is Linking is not proper. They scattered all the sections across the book. Why one topic will come, no one will have a clue. Are you understanding or not? So this is not only with the law. You take FM now, cost of capital chapter will be there. First starting, when you open the study material for cost of capital chapter, you turn 2 pages. He will give CAPM formula. C, KE equal to RF plus beta into RM minus RF. From nowhere it will come. Student don't ask that question. His intention is you give numbers, you give formula, I will put those numbers in that formula, answer will automatically come. Last attempt you see the FM paper na, boom. Like that they will give. When everything is favoring you, it will be okay. But the situations will go bad in exam most of the times. At that time, who link the concept properly with a correct motive can only write the questions in exam. And moreover, so for your kind information, I am telling you, there is a course called as international course called as a CMA. I am not talking about this ICMA. No, not that. Nameless CMA does not mean everything is that. This is called as, this particular CMA will be the CMA USA Management Accountants. So, Management Accountants concept will be there, CMA USA. That CMA USA curriculum was revised this time. They revised it. I am writing that in the next coming February. Once completed, we will be having a coaching on the international CMA course. Where I will be taking the financial management. Some other faculty will take financial planning, cost management, etc. International accountancy, international financial management. When I saw the curriculum, when I opened that, 2 subjects are there totally. Only 2 papers are there. Part 1 and part 2. Part 1, listening? Part 1 and part 2 papers are there. So I thought, let us see what is the curriculum. They changed syllabus to 2022. 2022 June they changed syllabus. Sorry, what changes are made? I opened the CMA curriculum. Surprisingly, there are 2 papers in the syllabus. If you write those 2 papers, you are qualified. Not like 10 papers or 12 papers like us. 2 papers. Part 1 and part 2. You write, you qualify, you become CMA USA. Sorry, okay. I opened the curriculum, I saw everything, the details, everything. Surprisingly, first chapter is called as a financial reporting and planning. Accountancy, he mean. Second chapter, cost management. And the cost sheet to overheads are there. Okay, I turned it. Sir, third chapter, what is there? Process costing, joint and byproducts. I thought he is giving CA intermediate costing syllabus and asking us to write. And surprisingly, standard of the questions asked in examination is 30-40% of what is tested in CA exams. I am telling you, no one tortures in the world like chartered accountancy. This is the highest level of testing a person's patience, sensitivity. So they will check us, they will check our patience level. How patient our students are. Whether they are becoming patients or they are standing. They will test us. International courses, that much torture will not be there. And do you know, that's the pride of this institute. That toughness is maintained over number of years, which is very difficult. Slowly, after some number of years, everything will get diluted. Even IITA polluted. But not this institute. Okay. CA institute never, they don't reduce their standard. Paper means it's a patented paper. So the questions will come in examination, from nowhere they will fall. Students will get tears automatically. They will get. Last attempt, that means exactly the previous law paper they have given, final law paper. Literally students red faces. Sir, enna paper, sir? 36 pages booklet was given. I should not call it question paper, I should call question book. So, sir, MCQ questions you don't know. 1.5 page MCQ given, 1 mark answer is there. They literally, they rolled on floor. We will not write exam. So, what is this question, sir? It is taking around 20 minutes to read question for 1 mark. We can't leave them. We can't write them. So, our situation is very bad in examination hall. They test your patience, they test your ability, they test your skill, they test your scenario in most worst case scenario, how you are reacting to that. They will observe all those things and grant the marks. But all other institutes across the world don't see that. They will see only your academic performance, whether you have done this properly or not. Sorry. CMA US curriculum I opened. Let's see what is there inside. If you don't believe, people may not believe, sir, you are telling your joke sake. I will show you. At the end of the today's session, I will show you CMA curriculum, revised ones. Costing is there for 80 marks. 20 marks accounts. General accounts, US gaps, not what you do, Ind AS and US gaps. Basics are same. Maybe small changes may come. Standards on accounting, 20 marks. Remaining everything, costing. Second paper I have seen. Financial management they have written. Exactly name is strategic financial management. What I take in CA final. Strategic financial management is there. I opened the curriculum. What is there inside? First chapter. Financial statement analysis and financial ratios, means ratio analysis. 20 marks. Next, second. Cost of capital, capital structure theories. 15%. 15 marks. Like that he has given dividend decisions, capital budgeting and risk analysis in capital budget. The most important area in FM, that was again tested for 15. Again 2-3 chapters, lastly professional ethics for 15 marks. That's all. There ends the paper. Then I thought that why can't I write those two areas? It will be there in hand every day. So why can't financial management? So just like that we can go to exam and write. So no problem. So I saw the curriculum for costing. Same syllabus is there with a minor changes made. So easily we can qualify. Once you qualify, you will be posted as investment advisor, investment banker, portfolio advisor, stock market analyst, all these in Goldman Sachs. Companies like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan and Chase, Deloitte, EY, KPMG. These kind of companies are hiring them. Staying in India, you can do work over there. You will be getting money in dollars. Just what is required? Some amount of brain, some amount of effort, payment of fees. If you can have these three things, one of the international degree will come on hand. So what I am trying to tell here, that will be easy for those who already studied CA. I think you can understand what I said. That is easy for not everyone. They will feel it difficult. But a person who has written CA examinations and undergone torture here, for him that will be like a cakewalk. How happily the syllabus is going. 100% MCQs. World except India, descriptive examination has gone 10 years back. Only India test your memory skill as well, along with your analytical skill, especially in the CA. It will always test your descriptive level, because CA is in India is not just an analyst. Here we are also representatives for client. You should know how to write, how to represent before authorities. Therefore, descriptive concepts will never be taken back. Sir, world nowhere there is a concept that chartered accountants will represent the client, except in India. India chartered accountant, what he will do? He will do everything like a hero in a movie. He will dance, he will fight, he will do everything. Chartered accountant in India. But not like that in all the other countries. Chartered accountant represents only a reporting person in other countries. But in India, he is everything. Okay, he is everything in India. Let the chartered accountant do audit, he will do internal audit, he will do advisory, he will do representations, everything he will do. But not like that in all the other countries. Therefore, so many international courses have come. And till now it is very good, really. Sir, okay. Why I am telling this is, prepare your curriculum properly. Sir, I am not joking. Prepare your curriculum properly. What is there in your syllabus? In your syllabus costing 100 marks paper is there? Prepare that well. Why I am telling that you will not understand today? Jovially you will take. Understand the concept and do that. Definitely once you clear this now, you write international courses just like that you will pass. I am telling you just like that you will pass. When others are awaiting for others, don't write CME India, CS, all these things. Don't waste your time. I told you so many times. One Indian course, one international course. Enough. Write 10 international courses. I will be very happy. Don't write 10 Indian courses. Problem is, no, I am not insulting the course curriculum. Problem is, you can't practice in any of those. Sir, I have written all the 3. First point number 1, it is waste of time. I am only telling. Out of each guard I have written. At that time is there. I don't know what to do. I have written LLB, I have written CS, I have written CMA, I have written. After that, so many things I have written only out of my own each guard. So, originally there is no use. I qualified CMA. But at the name you can't write. Professional ethics will stop you. Only 2 degrees you have to write. Clear? Sir, we can't write other. Another point is, you can practice only as one profession. I have qualified CA, CMA as example. I want to do practice as a chartered accountant. You can't practice as a CMA. Then what is the use? You can do any one thing at the same time. No sir, after 5 years I will surrender this and I will do that. Over action. Why you will do? If you do that's over action. So why anyone will do that? After, are you understanding or not? After, sir, long career is there. One person became hero. After long career, 5 years successful. Once upon a time he is a comedian. He will come back and do comedy. He will continue. Unnecessarily, why they will do over action? So therefore, try to understand. Don't do so many Indian courses. Do international courses as much as you want. Do research on internet on these. Okay. On these you do research. What is CMA? What is CPA? What is CFA? What is ACCA? So many courses are coming every day. We will sit like a rock. That's all. When someone tell, you tell, I will listen. You want me to write notes, I will write. Please don't be like that. Okay. So, please be more flexible. See what is going on in the other parts of the world. CMA US curriculum was changed in June. Even I came to know about that in September. I am late. You are later than late. So, know about the curriculum. Know about what are the syllabus. Know about the intention of CA curriculum. If you prepare this well, seriously I am telling you that will be only 30% burden for you. All the syllabus, 80% syllabus is CA inter syllabus. Final also not. CA final another level. That is not for CMA US. That is directly for stock market analyst. So that is different. Same concepts are again enshrined in CMA US. CA inter syllabus I am talking about. So please ensure that when you are doing financial management, when you are doing costing, ensure that you are understanding and doing them. Because objective questions require understanding, not descriptive skill. Clear? So therefore, ensure that you are understanding and doing financial management or cost management or any subject you take. Are we understanding it? No, and then do. Clear? Don't put numbers in formats, which is very dangerous. If you put numbers in formats, here put the number, answer will come, here put the number, answer will come, means sometimes he will change the format in exam. So therefore, don't follow formats. Know what is happening behind the question, understand, then write. Definitely you will crack CMA US like anything. Easily you will come out. And the salary per annum, basic is starting at around 8 lakh. With the CA with that, you will be earning at least 20 lakhs per annum. Minimum at beginning. Beginning I am talking about. It's one's ability again. If you are doing some other international course along with that, you will earn in lakhs in a month. So therefore, nothing is impossible for you. Everything is possible. Everything is kept before you. Only thing is you have to tap a right door. In a right time. In a right way. If any of these 3 things you do wrong, life is gone. I am telling you very, very clearly once again. Take it as a elderly suggestion. Take a right decision at a right time in a right way. If you do overaction at this time, life gone. After that your bank account should look like a phone number, na? It will not look like phone number, it will look like PIN number in ATM. So therefore, ensure that you are understanding what I am saying properly. Don't make it PIN number in ATM. Make it phone number. If possible, make it like a bank account number. Okay, we'll be very happy. Don't make it as a PIN number in ATM. 4 digits to 3 digits. So please, sir, anyway, that's why analytically what we are going to do in this area is institute scattered name clause concept across the book. What we will do in the class is everywhere, wherever the name clause concept is there, we will bring together. Are you understanding or not? Wherever, for example, name clause concept is covered in section 4. Section 4 we took here. Prohibitions are there. Section 423 we kept here. Reservation is a rule, we kept here. Rectification is 16, we kept here. Alteration, subsections in 13 are there, we kept here. Simply to tell, if you complete chart 1 and chart 2 on name clause, you completed everything regarding name clause. There is nothing to ask beyond this. Hope you can understand what I said now. So like that we are trying to cover. Okay. So let's come to section number 4. In the same sequence, open the chart. See the section number what I have written. What is the section number? Section 4. Subsection 1. Clause A and proviso. Please come over there. Start. Bare Act, please open. Whenever one subsection or a proviso is completed, tick that. At the end of the discussion, each and every point should be ticked. Start. What we are going to read now? 4(1)(a). Start. The memorandum of a company shall state the name of the company with the last word limited. In case of public limited company, last words private limited. In case of private limited company, provided that continue. Nothing in this section nothing in this clause shall apply to a company registered under section 8. Clear everyone in the class? Which we are reading? 4(1)(a). B is talking about registered office. C talking about objects. D talking about liability. E talking about capital. Clear everyone in the class? We are reading name clause, all clauses are name clause. Therefore we stick only to 4(1)(a) and proviso. Take a minute time, read the content properly first. Completed? Now, everyone in the class participate. So please, I'm telling you again and again, revise law in the class. Don't take the burden of law to home. Complete everything in the class. Once you complete in the class, again revision time you will read again. Complete everything in the class itself. Repeat the answer once. We are talking about name clause of memorandum. Name clause of memorandum is the first clause that will be kept in the memorandum, which will be talking about the name of a company. Clear? So tell me, first point number 1, name clause will contain what? Name clause will contain what? What detail it will give? Name of the company. Okay. Public company should use at the end of the name? Private company? Section 8 company? No need to use limited or private limited at the end of the name. Listening everyone? Now, answer my question clearly. Answer my question clearly. Point number 1. There is a Section 8 company. Which company? Section 8 company. Means a profit, intention not to make profit. I told you very clearly, they are not loss making. Okay, they will make profit. Intention is not to make profit. Okay, now tell me, there is a Section 8 company. It want to use the word limited or private limited at the end of the name. Can it use? Yes, it can use. There is no mandate to do that. That's why if you observe, a Section 8 company shall not add, he is not telling, this condition does not apply to you. If you want, you can. That's why if you read the proviso, nothing contained in this clause shall apply. That means, for you it shall not apply, I said. That does not mean that you can voluntarily cannot apply. You can. If really the lawmaker intention is a Section 8 company should not use limited private limited, he should not write like this. What he should write? A Section 8 company shall not use the word limited private limited at the end of the name. I am not telling like that. I am telling, now I will explain you one point. See here. Okay, see here. Please, the memorandum of a company may state as shall state. May state as shall state. Shall means optional or mandatory. Optional or mandatory. That mandatory shall not apply to you. That mandatory concept does not apply to you. Reading of law is not that easy. Generally we think that Section 8 company should not, it can use. Nowhere he said that you should not use. He is telling that the condition shall not apply to you. That mandatory condition is not there. Means it is optional. It is discretionary. If you want, you keep. If you don't want also, you need not keep it. Clear? Because most of the Section 8 companies will like to add some other service motto at the end of the name. Say for example, Isha Foundation they will use, not Isha Private Limited. Means people should recognize that this is not a commercial entity, it is a entity to do some service. To understand that they will use the word Isha Foundation, Art of Living Federation, Chambers of Commerce Federation, Federation of Chartered Accountants. All these are what? Non-profit companies. They don't like to use the word limited and private limited. That's all. That does not mean they should not use. Clear everyone in the class? Right there somewhere. Sir, in the notes or in the main Braille Act, you try to write this particular concept. Do you have stick notes with you? Yes, sir. Paste it and write down there clearly. Voluntarily. Write down. Write in the stick notes. Are not that much small. And in that you can't even write Section 8 company name fully. That is okay. Medium size. Very too small. So you are doing Section 8 activity, free of cost. Service motto. Sir, listen. Okay, now shall I continue? Yes, okay. Various designs of stick notes people are maintaining. What is the design? Heart? Apple? Okay. Sir, listen carefully. Sir, listen. Sir, we are talking about Section 8 company can voluntarily use the word private or public. Is a question now. Okay, na? Answer is can, cannot. Some people are not in this world. Please. Tava Suprabhatam, everyone. Wake up. Shall we continue? Yes, sir. Question is, write down there. Can Section 8 company voluntarily use the word limited or private limited at the end of its name. Can a Section 8 company voluntarily use the words limited or private limited at the end of its name? Clear? Hello, clear? Yes, tell me, what is the difference between interpretation and construction? Interpretation is a concept of giving a right meaning to the words. Okay? So give the right meaning to the word. What is the first line of the section? The memorandum of a company shall state the name. That shall will not apply in case of which company? That's why he did not use the word. Section 8 company shall not use the word. Nothing in clause shall apply. In the clause, what is there? Mandatorily using the words is there. That mandatory provision does not apply to you. Hello, are you understanding the point or not? Yes, sir. One yes, everyone understood? Yes, sir. How many of you didn't understand honestly? I will not ask you questions, so no problem. You can. If anyone didn't understand the explanation that I said now, anyone? If I can't see there, you can tell me. Anyone is there? No one? Understood the concept? Yes, tell me, section is optional or mandatory? Normally, this section 4(1)(a) is a mandatory or not mandatory? Mandatory. That mandatory does not apply to whom? And that's mandatory or optional? Optional. Clear or not, everyone? I will give you an example. You have two options, Zoom and physical class. Clear? I said that Zoom and physical class option was given. All the students shall attend only to physical class. I kept a provision. Listen. I have given that nothing in this class shall apply on a heavy rainy day. I have written. What does it mean? That mandatorily you should attend does not apply on that day means, can I voluntarily come and sit like him? Yes, that's the meaning. Over. Are you understanding the concept? That does not mean that you should not come. If you want, you can come, but that mandatory concept will not be applicable to you. Hope you can interpret the section properly now, everyone. Yes, whenever the words nothing in this clause is used, stop there and apply this example and read the bare act. Same in income tax as well. Clear, everyone? Now read again. Memorandum of a company shall state limited in case of public, last words private in case of private limited company. Now what is the question you have written there in the stick notes? Yes, you have to tell now. Yes or no? Yes. Write down the answer. Write down the answer. The beginning lines of section 4(1). The beginning lines of section 4(1). The beginning lines of section 4(1) uses the words keep it in quotations, MOA of a company shall write in caps. MOA of a company shall. MOA of a company shall. Okay, ma? Close the quotations. Full stop. Continue. This means section is mandatory. Section is mandatory. Okay? Full stop. If that stick note is filled, take another. No problem. Paste it, write down. Continue. Below, write down. However, in case of Section 8 company, that mandatory clause shall not apply. that mandatory clause shall not apply. That mandatory clause shall not apply. Which means it can voluntarily add the words. It can voluntarily add the words. It can voluntarily add the words limited or private limited at the end of its name. It can voluntarily add the words limited or private limited at the end of its name. Clear? Yes, sir. So, in the Bayer Act, leave me because I have to erase here. In your Bayer Act, you tick subsection 1 clause A and also the proviso. I want answer from you. Understood completely about this? Yes, sir. Okay, we have done with the first part. Come to the charts material now. Please open that PDF if you have, or else see the screen. Please read. So name clause, please, sir, don't get distracted, please. See the screen. Contents. Name clause contains the name with which the company is proposed to be incorporated. Next, public company. Use the words limited. Private company. One person company, I will discuss it later. At the beginning, end of its name. End of. Okay. Next, exemption. Section 8 company shall not use need not use So I have my clarity. It is not shall not use. If you want, you can. So you need not use the words limited or private limited at the end of the name. Up to here, understood everyone? Which subsection we completed now? Subsection I am asking, not section. Subsection 1. In that which clause? Now we are going to start with 4 subsection number 2 and 4 subsection number 3. Two things we are going to start. 4.2 and 4.3. Read with rule number 8. Shall we continue? Please come to the Bayer Act, section 4.2. Let us see subsection number 2. Start. The name stated in the memorandum shall not be identical with or resemble too nearly to the name of an existing company registered under this act or any previous company law, or be such that its use by the company will constitute an offense under any law for the time being in force, or is undesirable in the opinion of central government. Stop there. Take a minute time. Read the Bayer Act properly. I don't want any waste of time from your side, please. Okay, completed? Okay, first point. This, listen, subsection 2 is talking about how the name should not be. Name should be, I will not tell. How the name should not be, I will tell. How it should not be, clarity was given. Nothing doubtful there. Name stated in the memorandum shall not be. Two things are said. One is similarities. Next one is objectionable. Sorry. Let us understand the idea behind. Already there is a company with the same name or identical name. I should not again allot same name or identical name or a similar name to another company if it apply. That's why you use two words here. The two words are identical or too nearly resemble. Everyone repeat, identical or too nearly resemble. Sir, question will arise. Sir, how to understand this identical, too nearly resemble? Is there any example? Yes. I will give you 2-3 examples. Listen. Please read this. Everyone in the class. Read this. Read this properly. How to read this? Normally you read X, Y, Z limited. What is this? Huh? This is called as a too nearly resemble. If you observe, except 2-3 letters, everything is different here. Now listen carefully. Please listen carefully. My company name is, say for example, say academy name is KS Academy. Okay, I started another company with this name, KS Educational Institution, some name is there, na? Educational Services, Services. KS Educational Services, private. I started a company in Chennai. Head office, same, what is this? Ma'am Mambalam. Same example, don't tell to him. So, I started a company with the name called as KAYYES. Okay. So, KS Academy Education Services Private Limited I started. Now, this will be approved by ROC, will not be approved. First tell me that. Will be, will not be. Why? Yes, already there is a company with the similar name or identical, too nearly resembling name is there, that is already incorporated with the name KS Academy. Clear everyone? Say for example you take KS Academy, this is very good institute, this is very bad institute. Example. Now, in this KS, I collected fees and ran away to Hyderabad. Example. Okay, na? Example. Deem, fiction. Okay, example. Sir, I took fees, I went away. Now you want to file a complaint. On worldly thing, you said to your friend, Arey, KS has done cheating. Which case is really popular? Because of that reason, lawmaker said that please don't use too nearly resembling names. Are you understanding the concept or not? People may get confused if you tell the name. That's the reason. So therefore, tell me, how name should not be? How name should not be? Name of a company should not be identical or too nearly resemble to the name of existing company. So that existing company is incorporated under which act? This act or any company's act? That clarity also he has given. Registered under this act or any previous company law. First point, everyone tell me, understood? Yes, sir. Tell me, how name should not be? This is not the way. 1, 2, 3, start. The name of a company shall not be identical or too nearly resemble to the name of existing company. When that existing company is incorporated, either under this act or under previous company law. Fantastic. This is the answer. Next, not yet completed, sir. 2A we completed now. 2A B point is also there if you observe there. Yes, sir. Now listen. Name objectionable. Any name is that's what we call as name use is constituting an offense or it is undesirable in the opinion of central government. Offensive words with whatever intention you have, you should not use at the end of your name or as a part of your name. Once upon a time, 1997, under the old Companies Act, this has happened. One company is there. One company is, please listen. One company is there. That company has used the word kill as a part of its name. Don't get surprised. A very popular company. After that it changed the name. That company name is called as, that company, that brand name later called as good night. They used mosquito repellent is there na? Kill is killing mosquito, their intention. But they used that word kill as a part of their name. ROC rejected at that time only. They asked why you rejected. They said that intention may be different. You may not really kill us, but still the word kill is offensive. Clear everyone? So offensive words should not form part of your name. Clear everyone? So that is one another thing. Tell me how name should not be. Till you answer, we will revise like this only today. Tell me how name should not be. Name of a company should not be identical or too nearly resemble to the name of existing company registered under this act or any previous company law. Next, it should not be offensive. It should not be offensive. One second. There is a rule content also attached to this. Before you read, please read this. First one. What is the first one? Prohibition. Read. What is prohibited? Name identical or too nearly resemble to the name of what? Existing company. Next. Prohibition, the third one you read directly. Name is offensive in the opinion of central government. Stop there. We completed 4-2 or 4-3 both. 4-2A we completed. 2 A, B. This is A. This is B. Clear? Now what is pending for us to complete? 4-3. I am coming back to the Bayer Act. Everyone in the class, please read section number 4, subsection number 3. Start. Without prejudice to the provisions of subsection 2. A company shall not be registered with a name which contains any word or expression which is likely to give the impression that the company is in any way connected with or having the patronage of central government or state government or any local authority, corporation or body constituted by CG or any SG under any law for the time being in force. First read this content. Take time, no problem, but read it properly. I request again and again, please don't waste time in class while reading the Bayer Act. I don't want any person sitting idle without Bayer Act from at least from the next session. Please bring the Bayer Act to the class. Don't talk, please. Completed? Tell me what he is trying to tell. Anyone understood the idea? What is the idea behind this? See here. I started a company. Say for example, I started a company putting its registered office at T Nagar. Example in Chennai. My company is an absolute private limited company or a public company, whatever the case may be. Okay. So, I use the word XYZ in the brackets private limited. Now if you observe clearly, XYZ is the name of my company. Nature of liability is private limited. But in middle what I added? Tamil Nadu I added. The state name of a state I added here. Because of adding the name of a state here, what will happen automatically when a person see, he will expect that this is which company? That mistake you should not do. Don't create a false impression. That means just to grab the attention of public. Don't use the word name of state government or central government or any local authority or any body constituted by central government or state government as a part of its name unless really they give support to you. Patronage means support. There they use the word patronage if you observe there. Sir, if any person uses the word, so for example, shall I continue? Yes, a company is there, ABC Machineries TN Limited. If I write like this, maybe they will feel that this is a government aided company. Maybe government support is there for this company, but really no. Just to think like that, to create that false impression, they are using the word TN, government name. Any either central government or state government or local authority or any body constituted by the central government or state government, if you are using the name, unless until really they give you support, you should not use the words. Understood the point or not, everyone? When I call you to the stage, I should not listen to mistakes. At that time, your answer should be yes for me. Not you telling yes, sir. I should tell yes for your answer. And every single day, this question session will be there. So please listen carefully. Up to here, everyone understood the point clearly? Yes, tell me now, how name should not be? 3 things you should tell now. First 2 and next one. Name should not be identical or too nearly resemble to the name of existing company. Second one, name should not be offensive. Very much. Third one, name should not likely to create correct impression or false impression. As if you have the patronage of central government, state government, local authority or any body constituted by central government or state government. Understood the concept clearly? Now we completed section 4 subsection 3 clause number A. So likely to give a correct impression or false impression? False impression. In that case, this will get attracted. Hope everyone understood section 4 subsection 3 clause number A properly. Can I go to clause B? Yes, sir. Please read the next one. I told you the other day, whenever you are reading a clause or a subclause, read from the beginning. Read again. Without prejudice to the provisions of subsection 2, a company shall not be registered with a name which contains such word or expression as may be prescribed unless previous approval of central government has been obtained for the use of any such word or expression. Stop there. Read it once. I will ask you a question on this. Okay, then completed? Now tell me, this is a prohibition, restriction? Whatever you are reading, section 4, subsection 3, clause B, is a prohibition, restriction? What is the difference between prohibition and a restriction? Prohibition means you should not do. Restriction means you can do with necessary permission. So this is a restriction or prohibition? Everyone? Restriction. Very good. What are those restrictions? That is said in the rules that I already merged in the charts material. Rule you can read from the charts directly. Section you can't read. So see here. 1 second. Now let us comprehensively cover this and close the section. What is the section we are dealing with? Subsection number 2, subsection number 3, read with rule number 8. Everyone in the class, please read. What are the prohibitions? Point number 1. What is the first prohibition? Name of a company should not be identical or too nearly resemble to the name of existing company. Next. Name should not be offensive. That will be prohibited. If name is offensive, then it will be prohibited. Clear? Next. Name shall not give a false impression of a government patronage. Which government? Central government, state government, local authority, or a body owned by central government or state government. Clear, everyone? And last one. These are all the restrictions. Very, very important for exam. Restrictions. Let's read. Start. A company may use the word. Sir, I said shall not use a, may use a. And it can be used, cannot be used. Continue. May use the words insurance, bank, venture capital, mutual funds, nidhi, etc. They can use these words. These are all called as specified businesses. Called as what? What is the greatness of all these? Insurance is governed by Companies Act and Insurance Act. Banking is governed by Companies Act and Banking Act. Venture capital is governed by Companies Act and Startup Companies Act. Mutual funds is governed by Companies Act and SEBI guidelines. Nidhi is governed by Companies Act and RBI also. That means in all these areas, etc., all these are general businesses or specified businesses. For all these businesses, only Companies Act will apply, other acts also will apply. Therefore, when you are using any of these names in the part of your company name, you can use, no doubt, but take appropriate permissions and then use. Mine is a startup. Mine is a startup. Startup should take the permission today from a department called as a Niti Ayog. Central government authority is there called as a Niti Ayog. From them I need to take an approval first. Startups. Okay, there is a concept called as ACIC, Atal Community and Innovation Center. Atal Bihari Vajpayee is there. One of the former Prime Minister of India. Who is he? Atal Bihari Vajpayee, one of the greatest Prime Ministers. So that person's name, as a token of gratitude towards him, Government of India started a concept called as ACIC, means Atal Community and Innovation Center. That center, so many people will say, you want to start a startup company, or you understand the point? You want to start a startup company. Example I will give you. Startup companies are innovation. So many students will be there like you, who will have great innovation skill in mind, but they don't know how to implement it with the money. Money may not be there, but skill will be there. Large amount of skill will be there with the youth, but the youth force may not have money. Why talent should stop? Just because of the reason that you have no capital with you. You venture, I will give capital, become venture capital. Clear? You start the venture, I will give capital for that. Becomes a venture capital financing. Clear, everyone? Sir, a venture capital concept started. Startup companies are there. Sir, what are startup companies? Give some examples. Today, whatever the grown brands you have seen, all are startups of once upon a time, including Zomato, Swiggy, etc., including Lenskart. All are startups once upon a time. Whatever you are seeing today, Dunzo, Swiggy, Zomato, okay, like that I can tell 100 names. All are once upon a time startups in India. Boat brand is there, no? Boat. Headphones. It's a small startup. See how it has grown. Those are all startups. Startups should be given encouragement. Once the startups are given encouragement, they will grow. Clear? Those are called as a startup. They require separate approval of central government. Startups, if you want to, you have to apply to the concerned state government. Clear, everyone? If you want, you can Google after the class. World's largest incubator center for startups in India is there in Hyderabad with a name called as a T-Hub. Biggest incubator companies, means startup companies. Every day around 200 to 300 company startups are getting started in Hyderabad with registered office set up in Hyderabad as a venture capital. You can click on Google, stats will be available very clearly. It's a world's largest T-Hub. It's there in Hyderabad only this time. They started a concept called as incubators. Incubator, do you know? Babies will be kept in incubator. What do you mean incubator? Safe zone. You will be taken care. Here who will take care? Government will take care. They will fund you. So you have to apply for that. For example, a company started, technology company started. Example sake, they have one innovation in mind. They want to bring it to reality. Money is not there. Project they have to apply to the T-Hub. Once they apply to the T-Hub, they will take your project, analyze it through the professionals, and they will unbiased way without taking any bribe. They will honor that. They will make a newspaper announcement that one particular project has come, profitable project in the opinion of government. Any venture capital is there, you can come. Crores of money is flowing in that city. What they will do? They will invest in this. They become promoters, venture capital. Company will become successful. 2 years if you close eyes and open, that company will become one of the most top listed company. Like Zomato. Zomato went for public issue, I think you know Gada. 13,000 crores it raised. What is Zomato 3 years back? What is Zomato today? You can observe now. In 3 years, a company which has faced a lot of problem in paying its loans is now becoming one of the biggest chain. For Zomato, food delivery is the prime work. Yes or no? Now it has become one of the works. They are entering into technology. They are entering into financing. They are entering into real estate. Everywhere Zomato is entering today because of venture capital. It requires government approval, that's all. Once the government approves, automatically you have to put it before the incubator startups. Tamil Nadu also have incubator startup. So every state is having. So efficiently if you take it, many people like you will be there. Ideas will be there, but they don't know how to put the capital inside. These will help you to do that. Clear, everyone in the class? Those are called as a seed capital assistance. Called as a seed capital assistance. In your FM it will be there. Seed capital assistance means seed capital. In order to grow a plant, first what is required? That I will give. That seed capital I will give. Every day I will not give you working capital. Venture capital will give entire capital or seed. Seed. For purchasing those seeds I will give. Seed means for idea I will give finance. Later with your capability you should generate income. Hope you are understanding the point, everyone. Okay, na? Sorry. So the point is, a company may use the words, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. If you want to use, you can use, but only with the previous approval of concerned regulatory authority. If it is startup Niti Aayog, if it is insurance IRDA, if it is banking RBI, Nidhi RBI, like that you need to take the appropriate permission. Clear, everyone? Next, not only these, read. A company may use the words national, board, commission, Bharat, central, state, etc. They can use only with the previous approval of central government. This is with the previous approval of regulatory authority. This is with the previous approval of central government. Understood the point, everyone? That's all. Please read there. See the chart once. Sir, we had read now acta, ruler. Now what we read is acta, ruler. Rule we read, not the act. Rule you can write in your own words, no problem. Bare act it will not be there. Act important to write as it is, maximum possible. Rule you can write in your own words, no problem. Institute also will not object on that. So let's compile everything. What we learned today? First, members liable personally and severally in certain cases. Tell me, in case of a public company, minimum number of members will be? Private? OPC? But that section is applicable for OPC or only for public private? Private limited. In public, minimum number of members required is? Number fall below 7 in public or number fall below 2 in case of private. What will happen? Company will be wound up or continue? Winding up or continue? Continue. Liability will be severally liable. Company will be liable. Company A liable for the first 6 months. As if it is a normal company, you continue. After that also you didn't fill the vacancy created. Then what will happen? Who will be personally liable? Members will become personally liable. Which members? Members existing after the period of 6 months will be jointly and severally liable for the debts and obligations of the company. Clear everyone in the class? After that we came to the concept called as a name clause. Tell me, what will be there inside the name clause? Name clause will contain the name with which the company is proposed to be incorporated. Tell me, public limited should use the word? Private limited should use the word? Section 8 company? How many times I have to tell you? Section 8 company need not use the words. It can voluntarily use the word limited, private limited. Yes, it can use. Clear? After that, we came into prohibitions and restrictions in case of a name. What is the absolute prohibition on name? 3 prohibitions are there. Number 1, name of the company should not be identical or too nearly resemble to the name of an existing company registered either under this act or previous company law. Next, name should not be offensive. Next, name should not likely to create which impression? False impression of government patronage. Government means what? Central government, state government, local authority, any body constituted or controlled by central government or state government. Fantastic. And last one, restrictions are there. How many restrictions? 2. What are the restrictions on CG? National, right? Just now we read na, national, board, commission, Bharat. Like that, if you want to use, take the approval of specific businesses you want to use, like insurance, bank, venture capital, mutual funds. If you use that, central government permission, specified regulatory authority permission, authority permission you have to take. This is what we discussed in the today's session. Hope everyone is having a full clarity. So with this we have completed half the name clause concept is over. Next session we will complete the remaining half. After that we will be continuing with the next clause called as situation clause. Why you are leaving? 5 minutes. Wait, no problem. Nothing will happen. Wait. Who will come? This happens every single day. Okay, you take it for granted. I said everyone will get your chance. You need not get hurt. Okay, first, bro, you come. Take this mic. Fata answer. Stand. Come. Stand here. Question number 1 for you. Tell me about name clause.
Sir, name clause includes the name of the company and
see them, don't see me.
If it is a public company, it should mention limited, and if it is a private company, it should mention private limited. This is mandatory, and Section 8 company, for Section 8 company, it is not mandatory to use those words.
Correct. Next. Continue. Full name clause.
And there are some restrictions, which is the name should not be offensive, and then the name should not be undesirable, which is
Main thing, name should not be identical.
identical and too nearly resembling the existing company which
Very
is
good. Next.
incorporated under this act or any previous.
Tell me what are how many restrictions are there?
Two types of
Number one,
general restrictions.
general restriction on?
The name.
What is the restriction? Two types of restrictions are there. Now, first one, CG permission required when?
Yes, sir. It requires permission of CG to use the words which is like giving patronage by CG and all.
No, that is prohibition. I am asking restriction. Board, national.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I am asking.
The words central, state, board, nation.
Very good. Next,
Bharat.
specified businesses.
As a venture capital, bank, insurance. mutual
Then
funds.
whose approval we need to take?
That specified
Regulatory.
bodies.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very good. Next. Ma'am, you come. For you, question is, first tell me what are the types of clauses of memorandum. Tell me what are the clauses of memorandum. See
Name
them.
clause, situation clause, object clause, capital clause,
L.
location,
Location clause. They don't create Companies Act 2022. Liability. Liability. Last one.
association.
Correct. Now tell me all the 6 clauses. Put the mic.
Name clause, situation clause, capital clause, liability clause, association.
No. First.
Name clause.
Very good.
Situation, object clause, liability clause, capital clause, association.
Very good. Next. Number falling below statutory minimum. Explain the provision clearly. They should understand.
Yes, sir. In case of public company, the members should not come below 7, and in case of a private company, it should not come below 2, and in case of one-person company, it is mandatory to have one person.
Okay. Continue. Creativity will come. No problem. Sir, private to public correct. Continue.
If it falls below 6 in case of public company, 7 in case of public company and 2 in case of private company, it can continue its business for 6 months. Now, after 6 months, the members in that company are personally and severally liable.
Liable? For what?
For the acts and
Debts and obligations. Not acts, debts and obligations. Thank you very much. Super. Next. Another 2. Thambi, you come. Pink shirt. Come. I told you now you are feeling very bad that you are not called for. Why sir is not calling me? Like that you are seeing. That's why I called you. Come. Bro, come here. Come here. Answer about clauses of memorandum. Clauses. Sollappa.
Situation class.
Name class.
Name class.
Situation.
Situation class.
Objects. Hey, answer. Everything I am answering. Continue. First one.
Name class. Situation class. Objective class.
Next. Money. Don't tell money class. He will tell that. Money is called as what? Capital.
Capital class.
Liability.
Liability class.
I will tell you, tell class. I will tell name, you take class. I will tell situation, class. Are you believing them? Sorry, okay. Tell me what are the, shall I ask you a question? Are you comfortable? Sir, if you are not comfortable, you can go. Not to insult you. If you will go now. Thank you. Next, sir, some people are feeling very bad. Sir, he didn't answer na. Ask extra one person. Arey, one day no problem. Don't do overaction. Black t-shirt boy, come. Have you attended the class yesterday? I mean, previous? No, then I want you only. Come. Bro, you answer. I'll ask questions. Tell me, what are all the clauses of memorandum?
Name clause, situation clause, associative clause, liability.
One second. Keep the mic. First.
Name clause, objective clause, liability clause,
First name after place.
situation clause,
Next.
liability clause, objective clause, capital clause, associative clause.
Okay, very good. Next. What are the general restrictions on name?
Central government and regularity authority.
No. I'm asking you restriction. Explain clearly. What names if I use CG permission is required? What names if I put specified authority, regulatory authorities permission is required?
For central government, nation, state, commission,
Very good. Correct.
board.
Very good. Next. Second one. When you should take the regulatory authority permission? If you use the word?
Mutual funds, nidhi,
Correct.
bank.
Bank. Bank you said, another company will be there. Bank.
That
Insurance.
insurance and incubator.
That's called the startups, venture capital.
Venture
Okay, thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Next. Who will come? Everyone is hiding, na? Madam, please, welcome. Back. Madam, yellow. Yes, you. Please come. Welcome. We are welcoming you. Those who wear mask in class, I will ask them first. Someone is also, now she is removing mask. For you. Tell me the definition of MOA. I will help. MOA means, you tell, remind me. I told you 2 types of memorandum will be there. One is original. And please. Sir, okay. Can I ask these questions? Done. What will happen if the number fall below statutory minimum? 7 below in case of public, 3 below, or 2 below in case of private. What will happen? Explain in your own language, no problem. You need not read answer. What will happen? Explain your own words in your own language. I can understand. I can't speak.
If a private company is below 6, then a members is below public company is below 6.
Oh. Public company below, not 6. 7.
Below 7, sir.
Below 7. So it became 6. Private company became 1. What will happen? First 6 months?
For 6 months, immunity.
Will be there. After 6 months?
It ceases to be
Ceases to be a
company.
company. What will happen?
It will be personally and liable.
Thank you very much. Ante, correct. But listen carefully to the class, everyone. So, okay. Next session, we will be starting with the next coming section on this particular area. Name clause not yet completed. Name clause half we completed. Another 3 topics are there. Reservation of name, rectification of name, alteration of name. 3 topics are there. Once we complete, we go to the registered office clause. Next session, pakka, we will complete name, registered office, and we will also try to start with the objects clause of memorandum. Clear? So thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.